Hey guys and dolls, and welcome back into the channel. My name is Jason, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about 5 stocks that I hold in my top portfolio, 5 stocks that I'm convinced are going to be long-term winners, and 5 stocks that I do consider to be some of the top conviction plays with inside my portfolio. I know a lot of you guys have voted on a poll that I did make recently to know what the top 5 stocks are, so this is that video. Please note that this is not financial advice. Anything I do say in this video is just for education and entertainment only, and these are just my thoughts and opinions. And all of these stocks, guys, do have a very similar percentage in the fact that I have bought them, and right behind them are some very close winners that I do believe will start to overtake these stocks over the next couple of weeks. And I am actually thinking about taking 2 of these stocks down in my portfolio and actually increasing stakes in another 2 and making them into my top 5. So please note that. But you guys wanted to see this video, so here it is. So it comes to no surprise, guys, that my first pick on the list in no particular order is actually going to be NIO. You guys know that I am a huge NIO fan, and I believe that this stock is going to be an absolute winner. I think that they are going to dominate in the Chinese electrical vehicle market. In China, there is 1.42 billion people, and this company continues to deliver and roll out their EV manufacturing, and they want to expand globally into Europe. They have global expansion plans potentially to get into the US as early as 2023. And I believe that William Li, their CEO, is an absolute genius, and he's going to do everything he can in his power to assure that NIO is going to be one of the top leaders inside the electrical vehicle market, in and also outside of China. The only concern really that I do have for NIO moving forward isn't anything to do with valuations or speculation. It is just to do with the semiconductor chip shortage that may start to hit global needs as the expansion for manufacturing and capacity to get those electrical vehicles out does broaden globally, and we do actually have a slowdown in electrical vehicle numbers being distributed because of the semiconductor chip shortage. Now guys, in comparison to this, that brings me to my number 2. Again, this is not in any particular order, but I want to talk about BYDDY. Now this company are very similar to NIO. They do have a large share of the market right now in China for their electrical vehicle rollouts. If you don't know BYDDY, then guys, it is worth doing some due diligence on them. They are an incredible company, and they actually have the capacity to manufacture their own semiconductors. So these guys know what they're doing, and the semiconductor chip shortage that we are going to see is not going to affect them, and that is going to allow them to continue to roll out those EVs. And it is worth noting, guys, that Warren Buffett started investing in this company when it was around $5, and he does have a very large stake of BYDDY inside his Berkshire Hathaway holdings. Now, if Warren Buffett is invested in a company, then I want to know about it, because he is considered one of the greatest investors of all time. And if you don't know who Warren Buffett is, then I would advise to go on Google, type in Warren Buffett's name and do some background research, because he is an incredible investor. And before I was even bullish on CATHIE Wood and moving into disruptive innovation moving forward, I did aspire to a lot of the things that Warren Buffett taught me in my early years when I started my investment journey. And I think that a lot of his principles will continue to dominate moving throughout the decades, and he has set a benchmark for us retail investors to live up to and to aspire to. And another incredible aspect about BYDDY is the fact that ARK Invest are also heavily invested in them inside their robotics ETF, I believe. So that is some news there that CATHIE Wood herself and Warren Buffett do believe in this company. And again, I would not be invested in this company if I did not think that long-term institutions like CATHIE Wood and Warren Buffett were also bullish moving forward. So if you haven't heard of BYD, then again, have a look at them. Do know that their ticker does change from BYD and BYDDY, and I will go into that in another video. If you want me to do a full breakdown on them, then do let me know below in the comments. Again, in no particular order, a third stock that is in my top holdings right now is our beautiful Nndm. Nndm are a 3D circuit printing company. They are based in Israel, and guys, they have a lot of potential. CATHIE Wood is extremely bullish on the 3D printing space, and when they originally IPO'd and they came onto public markets, they were set around $100, and a lot of people did not understand how 3D printing was actually going to be so innovative, and it was going to disrupt a massive market moving forward. And what I love about the advancement in 3D printing is the time scale compared to how we did things in the past. Sometimes if things were needed to be manufactured, it would take up to about 2 to 3 months. And guys, 3D printing can happen in a matter of hours if people have those machines inside their facilities and they can get their work done within a couple of days, which is going to speed up that process exponentially for companies wanting to exploit, say, moving into space, and they want their satellites built very, very quickly, or they need short semiconductor chips, all of those things. And I think that 3D printing does have a very bright future. And this is a forever growing industry, guys, that is worth up to about 87 billion right now. And Cathie Wood is also, like I said, extremely bullish, and one of her highest conviction plays in the 3D printing space is Nndm, and a lot of that work comes from Tasha Keeney, who also works in ARK Invest. Now, I have sat down and watched a lot of interviews myself with Tasha Keeney and her talking about how Nndm is like a magical unicorn within their field, and if they continue to roll out their program of the Dragonfly with upgrades every single year, and they are now looking to have new subsidiaries coming into the business, and they are looking to merge with 1.5 billion in cash on their balance sheet. This company is no joke. Joseph Stern is their CEO, and he has great experience, great knowledge, and I think he knows how to handle this team moving forward. So I am invested in Nndm for the long term, and like I said, when it first came onto public markets, again, that share price dropped significantly, but right now I think 3D printing is starting to be understood, and we are now seeing that take off into the 3D sector. So that is giving me that exposure into the capital markets, into that sector of 3D printing, and that is why I am invested in Nndm for the long term. And guys, all three of the plays that I have spoke about so far are in fact long-term plays. So a fourth stock in my top 5 holdings is ticker symbol SPCE, which is for Virgin Galactic. Now guys, Virgin Galactic is a space tourist company, and they are concentrating right now on commercializing space flight. They are also looking to do supersonic flight, where you can say fly from Tokyo to London in a matter of a few hours. This is going to save people so much time, and moving forward they are planning to capitalize by using spaceflight to the moon, and they are going to be charging people £250,000 just for that one simulation, which does hold a tremendous amount of risk. So please know that Virgin Galactic did have a crash a few years back, and one of their pilots did die, and I do believe that because of this they have become a much safer company, and that is why I have now decided to invest in them, and this is a very, very long-term play. But over the long term, I'm not worried about the daily fluctuation of noise, and I am going to continue to hold this one. It may be lowered down in my portfolio over the coming weeks because I do have, like I said, 2 new plays that I am very focused on right now, that I have got extremely good convictions on, but I am waiting for those buy the dip opportunities so that I can sell on those green days, guys, and I can move my positions around, and then I can buy the dips on those red days, just like we've seen in the market correction, because it's always about staying patient, and that way you are going to win the game. And the last stock that I want to talk to you guys about today is ticker symbol BYND, which is for Beyond Meat. Now guys, Beyond Meat are a plant-based company that make plant-based burgers. They have partnerships that have recently been announced with McDonald's, with KFC, and also with Pizza Hut. They are the global leader right now in the plant-based market for foods, and I do believe that moving forward they are interrupting a $1 trillion market that is only set to grow as global expansion of population continues, and a lot more people are converted into plant-based foods. Every single year, guys, we see the vegan space and the vegetarian space take up more shelf space in superstores. And this company have contacts needed to exponentially grow in a forever growing market that has a lot of demand. And being a vegan myself, I understand the importance of health, a healthy lifestyle, and how this company are going to change the world. So I'm very convinced that they are going to in fact be worth a lot more than their current market cap in the next 5 years. So this is again another long-term investment for me, and we have actually had some very nice buying opportunities presented to us during the pandemic, because a lot of the revenue that Beyond actually get is from those plant-based burgers that they supply out to restaurant chains. And because of the pandemic, a lot of those restaurant chains have actually been closed down, and so they are not able to get that supply and demand that they need for their product, which is why their share price has been beaten down so heavily, and they have gone all the way from about $230, and they have in fact lost about 60% of their value. So guys, I really believe that long term I'm not worried about the daily noise of these companies. I am a long-term investor majority, and I will continue to increase this position if I do see any new buy the dip opportunities, and we do fall below $125. So guys, those are 5 of the stocks in my top holdings right now. Again, 2 of them I do believe over the next week or 2 are going to be downgraded, and I am going to be putting 2 brand new ones in. Please note that there are so many winners that I could talk about on this channel, and I know that in this video today, guys, I spoke a lot about EV and kind of future speculations of companies in space tourism, but there are a lot of companies that hold just as much risk and also just as much potential. The companies that I haven't mentioned that I do talk about a lot on my channel are literally just behind by a fraction, not even a percent, because I am equally as bullish on all of these companies. It is just that the profits that are sitting on my portfolio right now are higher because of these companies. So that is why they are sitting around the top 5 inside my portfolio at current. But that does not mean that this is going to stay this way, because like I said, I am planning to change things around, because I think the future is forever growing and we are seeing continued adaptation to market innovation. And I am very, very happy to say that a lot of the plays on our channels, I am very confident in that they are going to be long-term winners inside forever growing markets. So guys, that wraps up this video. If you did enjoy it, then please give this video a like. Hit that big red subscribe button below and join this family of investors. My name is Jason, and I hope to see you guys back on my channel soon for some more content on investing. Stay safe, stay green, and stay positive. Ciao.